Hey everyone, welcome back to Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support, trying to grow the channel, and I appreciate everybody joining me today. So what do I got here today? I've got a blind tasting of two double oaked bourbons. We've got 1910 by Old Forester, and then we've got Woodford Reserve Double Oak. So both of these are double oak bourbons. I have both bottles, obviously. I enjoy both whiskeys immensely. Um, I can't really say that I prefer one over the other in my past experience. I love them both. I think the Woodford Reserve tends to be a little bit more of a rounded off bourbon, beautiful sweetness, no sharp edges or anything like that. Whereas the 1910 Double Oak tends to me, for at least from memory, seems to be the more oaky of the two, and possibly a little bit more fiery. Although it's 93 proof, so it's not a super fiery whiskey by any stretch. But let's get into the nosing and the tasting of these two bourbons. See, first of all, can I distinguish which one is which? And then two, which one do I like more? Because I'm not really sure. So let's get into it. Mapley, definitely getting a lot of caramel and maple on this right now. So the sweet, whoa, that maple hit really got me right there. As opposed to brown sugar, a very distinct maple. Okay, let's get into this one. Whoa, that's really different. It's coming off less sweet on the nose to me. There's an interesting element to the nose that I haven't quite gotten a handle on yet. I'm trying to figure out what that is. It's just a more muted nose. This one I got a maple punch, definitely caramel, but both noses are, in my opinion, pretty similar. I'm not getting something that is so distinguishing that I know immediately which one is which. I'm kind of searching for that typical Old Forester, a little touch of a banana note that you get with an Old Forester, and I'm not getting it. Okay. All right. Let's get into the tasting, because at the end of the day, it's all about how do these whiskeys taste. So let me see if I can get into the tasting and distinguish which one is which. Sweet. Um, it's not cloyingly sweet. But it is a sweet bourbon. Um, but that's very typical of a double oak profile, right? That's the whole purpose of double oaking something, is to bring out more of the barrel sweetness, the sugars in the wood. Can't say on the nose though that I can really assess it in terms of what I think it might be. Oaky, sort of a drying cinnamon, but not overly spicy. This is to me a sort of a classic double oaked profile, in the sense that you get a little sweetness, you get a little spice, but it's a very mellow, almost a smoky spice, and then the oak, little cherry there. Okay, let's get into the flavor of this one. This one, the nose is really different, but that's not helping me distinguish which one is which. There's something, I hate to say it, but there's something a little off putting about the nose on this one. I wouldn't say medicinal. It's almost chemically. There's almost like a chemical aspect to it. I don't know. Beautiful. Just getting right there, getting sort of deep, dark brown sugars. Um, Definitely low on the spice. I'm not getting a lot of spice on this one at all. Okay. If I had to guess, that's the Woodford. Even though it's lined up with the bottle, maybe that's playing with my mind, but I have no idea what these are based on where they're, positioned with the bottles. That had nothing to do with it. Overall, I'm liking the nose on this one more and this glass. It's mapley. To me, the sugars are coming out a little bit more. So I think overall, this one is giving me a little bit more depth of flavor. Nice cinnamon there. So with this one, I'm getting maple. I'm getting a little bit of a cinnamon mid palate. And then some nice oak. Neither one has an incredibly long finish. So honestly, it is very difficult to distinguish these two whiskeys. At least I'm having doing this blind is very interesting. You think you know something, you think you're going to be able to nail it. The flavor profiles to me are very similar. Man, there's something on the nose here. I'm just going to call it. I think that this is the Woodford and this is the Old Forester. So let's see. And I am correct. Um, I'm probably, and I said this, I think, at the beginning of the video. Not a, and I may not have. I'm not sure. I'm not overall a huge fan of Woodford. Their standard product, I think, is meh. Um, the Double Oak, I like a lot. I think this is a very, very good whiskey. I drink Woodford Double Oak as a daily sipper all day long. I think it's a very, very good whiskey. But I'm partial to Old Forester. Their flavor profile, I find to be a little bit more pleasing. There's a little bit more complexity. And so I choose this one. And, luck would have it, it is actually the Old Forester. But to be honest with you, it was a little bit of a guess. There was just something in the nose on this one that was a little bit off for me. So now that the glass is empty, and when you go back and nose whiskeys on an empty glass, a lot of times that's how you get the true character of the nose. I'm not getting that. Where I said there was something chemically, almost chemical about it? That's gone. Now it's just a rich bourbon nose. That's really nice. So there you go. In my opinion, these are, I would call it a draw, virtually. I would give the nose on the 1910 the edge. So I'll give the edge to the 1910. The price points are virtually the same. You're looking at about $52 for these bottles. So I think they compete head to head. The proof point is 93 here. It's 90.4 here. So a little bit of an edge on the proof point. In my opinion, this is a slightly more complex bourbon with layers of sweetness, a little layer of spice, layer of oak, whereas this is very rounded off, and I don't quite get those layers. But it's just very subjective. People go gaga for the Woodford Double Oak, and I love it too. So I think either way, you can't go wrong with either one of these two. My personal preference is the Old Forester 1910. So I hope that helps you out. Go get both. I think you'll enjoy both, but my personal preference was the 1910. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for joining Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf.